What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Marauders. Hope everybody is having a great week of trading. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to get some of the equipment set up, but I hope everybody has had a great week. I hope everybody's been able to lock in some trades for this week. We are in the midst of a market crash, so just bear that in mind. There's a lot of volatility in the market, so make sure you all are staying safe out there when doing your trades. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that's fluctuating. If you've been on the sidelines waiting to jump in the market, it may be a good time for you to jump in the market now because there's a lot of volatility going on, and stocks are on sale. So when stocks are on sale, it's always a good thing because you can buy really good names for cheap, especially if you're trying to get into some dividend names. Dividend names are always good to try to get when the market is on sale. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, I hope everybody liked the crypto section that I posted on here for this week. I'll be trying to do that at least once a week. But anyway, let's jump into the watch list. All right, so first on here we have ticker sign CAN, and that is for Canan. So let me get my indicators on here. So let's get the VWAP on here. Let's get moving average 10. So let's set up the indicators on here. So moving average 10. And if you haven't done this before, this is how I go and set up the indicators on Webull. Sometimes it gets rid of them and it deletes them. So yeah, that's why I have to go in here and manually do it sometimes. So we use the 10, 50, and 100. So going to be setting up those. The colors I like to use are red, yellow for the 50, and then purple for the 10. Alright, so that side's done, and then we want to change the color of the VWAP to lime green, because that's the one I usually use. And now we're ready to go. We're going to use a 30-minute chart, so there you go. If you're wondering how the charts are set up, that's how I set up the charts. Pretty seamless. You don't have to have Webull in order to do this. You don't have to have an account, so you could just go and do it by just having Webull in general. So just go to Webull.com and get the account, get the indicators in the tab, and that's how you do it. So anyway, we have on here, first one is CAN. They had a week high of 25.78. Overall bearish though, moving average 10 is below 50, below 100, but above 50, but still bearish on the day overall. VWAP is below moving average 10. They did end at a high of 1851, so ended on a bullish note today with a 75-cent increase, but still far away from that $30 target price that I had for them. Next, we have ticker sign NCTY, which has been on a bearish downtrend as well. Had a week high of 89.18, and they have gone down as well. So had a target for them of 90, so hopefully everybody was able to lock that in when that came out on Monday and ride up that last wave and didn't hold on until the market started to fall. But overall bearish on the name. They did end on a high note though, went up $4 after hours to end at 57.80, so positive on that metric. Next we have ticker sign RAOT, which had a week high of 79.49, so I had a target for them at 80, so it went pretty close to that target. But overall, still bearish at the current moment. They were definitely affected by the market sell-off that has just recently happened. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, and VWAP is barely above moving average 10. So going to be looking at that one to see how it performs. I think they sold off as well because Bitcoin has started to sell off too. So I think, since these are tied to the Bitcoin name because they are mining companies, I think that they sold off for that reason as well. So next we have ticker sign HD for Home Depot. They had earnings this week, but have become bearish. Weekly high for them is $284.65. They fell down pretty far, but have began to bounce back up. Moving average 10 is still below 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, so negative on both of those metrics, but did end the day at 268.70. Next, we have ticker sign VCXN, which, if the chart of load, has been bearish and is bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50, and looks like it is bouncing off of the 100, which is this purple line. But overall bearish on them. They did end 4 cents above close to end at 403. So you see all these red on these names. Just bear in mind we are in the middle of a market crash. Um, it's not. I wouldn't say a crash. I would just say like a correction. So there's definitely a correction going on in the market at the current moment. So next we have ticker sign WATT, which ended the day at $4.83. Went down 1 cent in at 4.82. Had a week high of 7.69, if I could pronounce that correctly. And they are bearish as well. Moving average 10 is below 50, so bearish on that name. Next, we have ticker sign SQ from the previous watch list. We can see they are bearish as well, definitely affected by this market sell-off. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100, and VWAP is below moving average 10, so bearish on that name. Ending the day at $242.05. So I'm going to break away from here a little quick and go to the crypto side. So on the crypto one, I had ADA. Let's load. Let's see. Alright, so I had ADA on here, and I am using Binance's charts. So bear in mind, it's taking a while for it to load on my end. Even though I had them preloaded, I don't know why. I just decided to not have it already loaded on here and then reload. Okay, so first we're going to go to ADA. I have them, they're on sale under $1.03, which they still currently are at. They're at 99 cents, so I think they're still currently on sale. I still use the same indicators on this one too. Moving average 10, 50, and 100. So moving average 10 is below 50 or 100. So I'd say, okay, it's still bearish on this name, so the stocks or the cryptocurrency is still on sale. So if we see the moving average 10 line is still well below, so I think you can still get it at a deal under this $1.03 metric that I had on here. Next, we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin fell down as well, starting to rally back up though. I said under $51,992.09 is a pretty good metric, and it's still below that. So it's starting to bounce back up though. It's starting to rally back up. It's at 50,340 range, 350 range. So it's starting to bounce back up from that, if we can see on here. It is still bearish though. Moving average 10 is below 5100, but it's starting to rally back up. And if it goes back up and it goes past this moving average 100 line, it may have a second breakout to end the week. Next, we have Ethereum, which is still bearish, moving average 10 and below 50 and 100, and it's kind of going sideways at the current moment. Target price I had on that one is $1,712 and 53 cents. So anything under that I think is bullish, and we can see. Wow, it zoomed in quite a bit. We can see right here that they're still in this range, the 1600 range. So not quite back at the 1700 range. That's the target price that I think they can get to. Next we have Doge, which is not loading. Okay, here we go. Next we have Doge. That's reloading. Alright, so we got Doge, which is at 49 or 0.049 cents. So I think anything under 0.51 is considered bear or on sale at the current moment, which it is, but it's getting very close to that 0.51. So out of all of them, I think this is the closest one that's going to turn back to be bullish. So definitely keep your eyes out on Doge. Now going back to the other ones, going to the next one, we have Nvidia. So Nvidia is bearish as well. Definitely was hurt by that sell-off. Looks like they tried to rally though after hours to end at 567.15. So pretty bullish on their little run-up after hours, but still were affected by this sell-off. Celsius was affected by the sell-off as well, but they bounced off of their moving average 100. So if you see, they bounced off of that level, which was around this 222, 223 range. So they bounced off and ended at 238, and then after hours with 237. So still bullish on that name, but just going to be looking for VWAP to go back above in order for it to solidify that bullish uptrend. Next, we have ticker sign PAVM, which is bearish. They fell off quite significantly, fell down from this 563 level, but they did have a run up for that day. So on the 22nd, they kind of ran all the way up to 563. So hopefully you were able to lock in some profits on that one. When it came out. But then went bearish, fell down below moving average 50, but has bounced off the moving average 10. So maybe some positive momentum from them. They did also end 17 cents above close to end at 463. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on ticker sign PAVM for tomorrow. Next, we have ticker sign AMC, which released some pretty good news. Was kind of stagnant at the level today. I'm surprised it didn't fall off more, considering the whole market started to sell off. So it was nice to see AMC stay at the 7 range and not go all the way down to the 620 something range, where most stocks fell down. So they're still bullish. Moving average 10 above 5100. VWAP below moving average 10, but going to be looking to see VWAP hopefully go back above for the confirmation of a bullish upward trend. Next, we have ticker sign MRO for Marathon Oil. If this loads, moving average 10 is above 5100, and VWAP is below moving average 10, but seems to be a steady upward trend for them. They kind of fell down a little bit and start to bounce back up. So I'm keeping an eye on them. Ended the day at 1116. Went 1 cent down after hours to end at 1115. So going to be looking at that name for tomorrow. Then also going to be looking at NXST. Wow, it's a tongue twister. NXST. So we can see on here they ended at 140.33 today, went up 67 cents after hours, staying at 141 even. Overall, still bullish on the name. Moving average 10 above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, but it seems to be the trend that when the market opens, it shoots back up. So I'm thinking the same thing is going to happen tomorrow. The market's going to open, it's going to shoot back up. So I'm going to be looking to see what price range this one is going to be at for tomorrow. Next on the list, we have ticker sign SNSS, which is the day at $4.28. Went up 42 cents after hours to end at 470. Had a week high of 555. Moving average 10 is above 5100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. So positive on both of that metrics. Definitely gonna be looking at them also because their volume was pretty high for today, as well as them having a 42 cent rally after hours. So definitely keep an eye out on ticker sign SNSS for tomorrow. Next, we have ticker sign TMST, which had a week high of $9.26. Ended at $7.99 for the day, and then after hours went down 39 cents down to $7.60. Overall, still bullish for the name though. Moving average 10 is above 5100. VWAP is above moving average 10, but it seems like this VWAP is kind of stagnant. So maybe some more oscillation between these levels right here. So I'm going to be looking to see if this VWAP can go back up for tomorrow, or if it will continue to go sideways through that range. Next, we have ticker sign FRD, which had a week high of 989. Ended the day at 890, and then went up 20 cents after hours to end at $99.10. So overall bullish though. Moving average 10 is above 5100, and VWAP is above moving average 10. This one I'm looking to be an early morning mover for tomorrow, testing that 989 level for tomorrow, and hopefully they will test that and get up to $10 in my personal opinion. So I'm going to be looking to see how that performs. It is a lot of selling off going on, but this one seemed to be pretty green, so I'm going to be looking to see how that performs tomorrow. And lastly, we have ticker sign ONCY, which is barely bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, but VWAP is below moving average 10. They had a week high of 470. They ended the day at 373. So going to be looking at them for tomorrow to see how they perform. They've been trailing this moving average 50 line for quite a while, but looks like they kind of had a little rally towards the end of the day. So going to see how it performs when the market opens. All right, well, good luck to everybody out there trading. Make sure you're staying safe out there in the market. A lot of volatility going on. Maybe time to diversify a little bit, get into some crypto. Diversify your portfolio in general. I know for me, I kind of diversified, sold quite a bit a little time before the market crashed. So basically took profits. And also, don't be alarmed if this is happening. It usually happens around tax time anyway. There's usually a small little crash, just that this crash was kind of fueled by, a lot of different people going, you know, into crypto. And the market in general is a lot different than it was a year ago. We have the pandemic and a lot of other things that are going on. So just bear in mind the market is always constantly changing. And if you have money on the side, it would be a good time to jump into the market, my personal opinion, to buy some of those stocks that are, usually hard to get a hold of. I know Tesla's cheap right now. Tesla's on sale. Um, Crypto's on sale. Uh, just basically the whole market in general is on sale. So for those people who are like, seeing the market fall and then thinking that Bitcoin and all these other coins are going to fall, are going to, go to zero as well, are basically, crazy. There's no way that Bitcoin's going to go, to zero, in my personal opinion, at this current moment. There are too many, people invested in crypto at the current moment. So, I think crypto's kind of here to stay. Now, one of the things that I think crypto is definitely going to benefit from is something called the tragedy of commons. So, if you're not familiar with that term, go look it up. But crypto, in my opinion, is very asymptotic. So, not to nerd out on you all. If I can spell it. So, basically, I think it forms like an asymptote. So, um, if I can get an image of a vertical asymptote, I'll show it to you. But this is what I basically think crypto is performing like, is a vertical asymptote. So if we look at crypto from just a subjective point of view, in my opinion, they do work as vertical asymptotes. So the tragedy of commons is basically saying that um, the more people grab something, the less of something there is, which I think is true. So the tragedy of commons is basically like there's a school of fish that reproduce at a certain rate, and there's a village of people. If everybody gets one fish for themselves, then you know the lake will be fully stocked and everybody can eat. But with crypto, people try to get as much as they can, as fast as they can. So that's gonna destroy basically um, how many are out there. Why I say that crypto is asymptotic is because it kind of follows a line like this. I wish they had the function of just x equals a on here. So this is probably a better one. So just a vertical asymptote. So if you look at crypto, it kind of follows this line right here. So with this line being the number of crypto. So if you start out here, that's essentially an infinite amount of crypto. What people think that crypto is going to do, in my personal opinion, is it's going to go this way and then going to have a negative infinite value. But in actuality, crypto is doing this. So crypto, as it gets closer and closer to zero, which is an asymptotic function, it will get infinitely higher in value. So I think with that being said, we're basically starting to go back this way when people sell off. But when people start to buy again, it's going to go back this way. And as it gets closer and closer to there being no crypto, then we get closer and closer to infinity. So um, not trying to nerd out on you all, but that's kind of my formulaic reason for why I think crypto will be here to stay. Now, all crypto doesn't perform this way. Definitely those that have the larger amount of coins out there do not perform this way. But in my case, when I'm looking at Bitcoin, since there's a fixed number of Bitcoin that are out there, it will perform this way. So if people are selling off now, I think they're looking at it because the market in general is selling off, which the crypto market is not the same as the regular market. Regular market has its own pattern that it follows, and it's not asymptotic. So, the more people sell off stocks, it does not, help. The crypto market is more of like this line right here. You know, you want to stay, above positive, but then when people start selling off, it infinitely gets faster, how low the market goes. So people, start to take profits here and here and here, but then, when the huge investments and hedge funds start to take profits, this is kind of the way it goes. Crypto, when people buy more and more, you know, it still stays at this line, but this line being the value of zero. So if you have the line, which is the value of zero right here, then its value is low. But if it goes up, as more people buy, as it gets closer to zero, which is this line being the number of crypto, this line being the value of how much crypto is worth, as it, you know, asymptotically, I guess that's a word, approaches zero, as the number of crypto, it will never approach zero, essentially, theoretically. But then the value of it will infinitely grow. So that's what I think, crypto is kind of the best way to invest your money at the current moment. I think it's very interesting the way that it performs. But, make it a long story short, make sure, you guys just check out the crypto. That's one reason why I decided to add crypto to, the watch list. I know a lot of people get into crypto, so wanted to just shout out some of the prices out there and some of the things that I think of, just some of the popular names that are out there. I know Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, Doge. I forgot to add Ripple on there, but Ripple and some of the other ones that are out there. If there's a crypto you want me to add to the watch list and give my price target, make sure you add it on the Patreon page or just comment it, and I'll try to find it and add it to the watch list and give you my opinion on what I think the value of it is. Anyway, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And good luck to everybody out there trading, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.